had an eye ailment, he didn't see well, and in fact the Gemara says she's believed. This dam, just like this color. So woman is allowed to say, we were just discussing different Rabbanim, different Tanoim, Amoraim, they don't want to get involved in Maris. It was too difficult, they said they didn't understand. Ravashi, a woman is believed to say, exactly this color I had the other day, and the Rav is matter. If she points out to the color. So ask the Gemara, what is this? I don't know, 12, 15 lines from the bottom. If a woman shows her friend her own dam, says the friend, oh, that's mamish good, that's tar dam. I'll prove it to you because the Rav told me that dam. In other words, is a woman believed to tell her friend what the halacha is? Memorize the color. Toshma, oh, we just learned that a woman is believed to say just like this color. Says the Gemara, what's the connection? Shani also, the lesson when the dam is not there and we don't have a choice, so then we believe a woman to be mitar her. But over here that the dam is in front of us, why should we believe a woman to be a rav? All of a sudden she's paskening shilas for her friend. Toshma, the Yalta, Aisa Doma Lekame the Rabbi Babachana of Tamila. Now we're going over the story, word for word. Yalta, the wife of Rav Nachman, did not show it to Rav Nachman for whatever reason. She brought it to Rabbi Babachana and he said it's Tameh. Lekame the Rabbi Yitzchak Bered the Rabbi Yehuda V'Dakilo, and Rabbi Yitzchak said it's tar. And the Gemara asked the question, how could he do so? The whole story I had yesterday. How did Rabbi Yitzchak say it's tar after Rabbi Babachana said it's tamei? We answered, when Rabbi Yitzchak initially looked at it, he said tamei because he knew that Rabbi Babachana checked it out and he said it's tamei. But then Yalta opened up her mouth and she said, listen, what are you doing? Every single day, Rabbi Babachana would look at this dam and he would say tar. But just today he has an eye ailment and he didn't see well. And then Hadidakilo and Rabbi Yitzchak was mitar. But what's the Gemara's kasha? Almo, you see, mehemnilo. We looked, even though the dam is in front of us, Yalta's dam was in front of Rabbi Yitzchak. Rabbi Yitzchak believed her that she saw that it's similar to a different dam that's not in front of us. You just finished saying that if the dam is not in front of us, then she's believed. But if the dam is in front of you, she's not believed. Over here, she brought a sample of dam to Rabbi Yitzchak. It's in front of us, so she shouldn't be believed. Rabbi Yitzchak should pass on the spot what this dam is. Why are we trusting a woman in this case? Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yitzchak Bar Yehuda, Gemara Samech. He never trusted her. What happened was, Rabbi Yitzchak initially heard that Rabbi Babachana paskin on this dam, so he said it's tamei. He didn't even look at it. Because the halacha is if one Rav says it's tamei, it's automatically tamei, I don't look at it. Then she told him that Rabbi Babachana always used to say it's tar. So now he has to erase that halacha that he paskin that it's tamei. And he took a good look at it. He depended on his own knowledge. Why did he use her? He only used her in order to erase that halacha that if another Rav sees it, you don't paskin. So he said, I do paskin because she said that such dam was okay. But now that she said that dam was okay, let me take a good look at it, and I say that it's kosher, it's dam tar. But not based on her psak, not based on her memory.
Why her asking her saying that against the earlier psak? We're saying you don't go against an earlier psak.
No, only enough that, look, Nachamal, a woman is believed on her dam when it's not in front of us. Good, so she has nemanos. A woman is not believed on her dam when it's in front of us. But a woman is believed to negate the halacha, in other words, to say something's going on. Don't rely on Rabbi Babachana. I'm asking Rabbi Yitzchak to redo this whole thing. Rabbi Babachana had an eye ailment. Oh, he had an eye ailment? Fine, I'm going to forget about everything. Let's start from scratch. Let me take a look at this Mara and tell you whether or not it's tar or tamei. But I'm not trusting you that this dam is tar. All I'm trusting you is that he has an eye ailment. Interesting story. Rebbe saw dam one time at night. He said it's tamei. Looks tamei. Rabbi Yoim, then he saw later on in the day, he says tar. Then he waited. He didn't even look at it, and he says Tameh. So first Tameh, then Tar, then Tameh. What is going on here? Omar, Oili Shemotaisi. I'm worried that maybe I made a mistake. Shemotaisi, Badeto. What do you mean? Maybe I made a mistake. This is against the Mefurish Shabbrais. The Sanya Lo Yomar Chochem Ilu Hoyalach Hoyavadi Tameh. You shouldn't start speculating. If it was moist, it was Tameh. Elo Elo Yodayin Elo Mashin Evrois. He has to pass him based on what he sees. Says the Gemara, Mi Kora Achsake B'Tameh. First he thought that he saw Tameh. Given the Chazal at Safra Dishtani. But he noticed that something changed there. In the morning, it went off color. It must be that it's Tar. So what happened was maybe that it didn't really change shades, but my eyes didn't see well at night. Given the Chazal, the Hadar Dishtani, and an hour went by. So now the Gemara is not like before. We were saying that an hour went by and all of a sudden he passed him Tameh. No, an hour went by and he checked it again. All of a sudden he sees that it changed within the hour. It changed again. So what's going on here? This dam is fading slowly. It's a fading dam. It's constantly changing shades, and therefore, what I passed in last night, it was right. It was really Tom. How do you check these big cloths? You take a candle, you check it. If somebody's into photography here, I used to dabble a little bit. The best light for photography is Yom HaMa'unon, when there's clouds. So you don't have the harsh light of the sun, it's not dark, but you have like an overcast, like a nice even light. Says the Gemara, that's how you check these maros. You take it, you wait a couple days. If it's not cloudy today, wait another week or two. No. You can't say you have to, not harsh light, that's the point. You should not use the harsh sun. Don't use the shade. It should be in between where the shade meets the sun. In other words, find a nice lit place, but not too stark, not too light. They say that nobody argues here really, just telling you different ways how to do it, different generations maybe, but you put it up in the. I used to learn, I remember Avi used to learn Beis Tefillah, so I went to Beis Tefillah in the beginning, and with Eretz Yisrael, I was shocked. I never saw such a thing. The Rabbanim there, they're taking out maros in front of everybody, in the entrance, like on the street. They're standing on the stairs. You ever seen this? All right. So I don't know, the sun, not sun, I don't know how it works there, maybe the shade of the building, I didn't pay attention. But Akopanim, you take the mara and you go like this with your hand, you provide a little shade, so now you have the light of the day, but it's not a harsh light. One of the damim that we had in the Mishnah is like wine of Sharoini. You take Sharoini wine, also reminds me of Avi Kamiansky with his wine business. I don't know if you guys know, he had a whole wine thing. Whatever happened to that? Basically. Hasharoini. You ever had Sharoini wine? Sharoini. You take this Sharoini wine and you do 2/3 water, 1/3 Sharoini. That is exactly the shade red. That is one of the damim that it's asur. That's Tameh. Says the Gemara Daf Chaf Aleph Amud Aleph. We're holding on today's Daf finally. 10 minutes into the day. 30, how many? 30 minutes left. 35. Hasharoini Niddah Carmeli. You have caramel, Yain caramel. That maybe you had. Chayfa something, caramel. Caramel, Chai V'Lo Mozug. The way it is, without diluting it, that's exactly the red that we're talking about. Chodesh V'Lo Yashon, brand new wine. So it's even a better way to figure out the color. You take grapes, you squeeze them, you make wine. The initial color, when it's brand new wine, without adding any water, that is the color. Or maybe it's I don't know, it says yain here. How do you check it? In a glass cup from Tveria. A simple one. That gives you the best color without any distortion. My time if the cup could hold a lug, so how do you make the glass? Out of 1 mana weight of glass. Shnei lugin, if it could hold 2 lugin, it has to be thicker. So in Melo, I can't use a glass cup from somewhere else because it's thicker and it'll distort the color. Because Tveria pashut, but the glass from Tveria is simpler. Afilu mafzik shnei lugin, Oisin oisoi, mimana, even if it holds 2 lugin, they make it out of 1 mana. Interesting that the Rambam took this literally, and he says you must check it dafka in a cup that holds 2 lugin, because then it brings in more light. It's wider, it's a larger cup, more light. The ID, the kolish, yediyah beitfei, and since it's lighter, so you get a better color. Hadrun aloch kol hayad. Brand new Masechta. Says the new Perek, Hama Peles Chaticha. No, it's always a new Masechta. It's always a new Masechta. New Daf, new Masechta, new Perek. Every Daf in Daf Yomi is a new Masechta.
Every moment.
Last night we started
A new world.
in Daf Yomi. It's always a new Masechta.
Every moment is a new world.
So Rabbi Sai Baruch Hashem, we started a new night share. Whoever can't make it for the day share is invited to night share. We started with 9 guys. Some of them are big Talmidei Chachamim. 9 plus Yeshua was a minion. 9 plus me was a minion. Got to count myself on the first day. Anyways, so you're all invited. Tremendous yishkach to Yeshua. He's managed the engine. He pushed. We had to give in. We caved in. The straw that broke the camel was your brother-in-law. When Yossi Rudinsky said he's coming, I said, "Oh, Magid Shir and Yeshiva, two yeshivas. Nah, you got to go." All right, I'll go upon him. Why did I say that? I remembered something I had to do. Because I told him that what I always say, that it doesn't matter. We started on Daf Chof and Niddah. What's Daf Chof? In middle of a line. It was like literally Omar Meimar in the middle of a sugya, because Daf Yomi, you start no matter what. You just go again. Whoever waits for brachas is making a mistake. You don't wait for a new Masechta. You don't wait for a new Perek. You start today. And if you missed a bunch of days, you start again today. You don't go by it. All right, Zok the Mishnah.
If you didn't know what I was talking about, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Just keep on going. Hamapeles chaticho. Im yesh imo dam tmeya. Now, we know if a woman gives birth, she's tamei, 7 days for zachar, 14 days for nekeva, v'chulu, v'chulu, v'chulu. But if she gives birth to something that doesn't resemble a fetus or a baby, then she's not tamei leida. So why is she tamei? Why is she not tamei? She won't be tamei. We just started a new perek. Unbelievable. 4 new guys walking for the new perek. Unbelievable. Perfect timing. So again, if she gives birth to a viable baby, or even she miscarried, then she has to sit nebuch as a yuledes. But if she miscarried something that's not even a baby, it's just a piece, a chaticha, so she's not tamei at all. However, if this piece comes with dam, then why is she any different than any niddah? Nothing to do with the yuledes. Now she'd be tamei as a niddah. So hamapel is chaticha yeshimo dam tmeya. She's tamei what? Niddah, not yuledes. Vimlav, and if it has 0 dam, it's just a piece of meat coming out. Tahira. It's not a leid, and it's not a niddah. Rabbi Yehuda Omer benkach ubenkach tmeya. So Rabbi Yehuda is going to give us a lot of issues, a lot of shitas. What is he saying here? Rabbi Yehuda says, regardless, the pashut way to understand Rabbi Yehuda right now is he says that this piece that just came out, this chunk that came out, is actually blood. It's blood that congealed. So memela, what we're looking at is a niddah. You don't see fluid, you don't see liquid, you see dam. That's karosh, and memela, she's a niddah. Benkach u benkach tmeya. Goes the Mishnah weiter. Hamapeles kimin klipo. All these things that are mentioned here are all red. She miscarries some sort of shell, peel, kimin sara, or a hair. That's red. Kimin ofar, kimin yavchushin adumim, little bugs, gnats. Tatalamayim. So we're assuming that it's dam that looks like a hair, or maybe it's a hair that's covered with dam, and therefore im nimoichut meya, throw it into water. If it starts liquefying and it becomes bloody, then you know that it was congealed blood. Vimlav tahira. If not, it's just a hair, it's just whatever, and she's tar. Hamapeles, I'll never forget this Mishnah. I remember learning it, I don't know how many years ago. This is like one of those things that sticks out. If a woman gives birth to a fish, Hamapeles kimin dogim, chagovim, shkotzim v'rimasim, Shem yirachim. Im yesh, what? I don't know what it was. Im yesh imoy father is what happened there. Im yesh imoy dam tmeya. If it comes out with dam, it's just like we had before the hair. No difference. Then it's tamei niddah v'mlav tahira. Now there's a difference. Hamapeles min behemo chayav ha'oif. Unreal. She gives birth to an eagle. She gives birth to a rhinoceros. She gives birth to a cow. Something that resembles these things. Bein tmeim, bein taharim, doesn't matter if it's a lion or a sheep. Im zachar teishav l'zachar. If whatever this surah is has zachrus, so we have to assume, the Gemara is going to explain what the difference is between a grasshopper, a fish, and this halacha of a chay na'if. However, if it has zachrus, we assume that there was a zachar in there. So 7 days she is tamei, and then after that she gets 33 days of tahara. V'im nekeva teshuv l'nekeva. If she gave birth to nekeva, she has 14 days of tumah, and from day 14 on, all the way to day 80, she's completely tar. Even if she sees dam, she has 66 freebies. V'mei yidua, and if it's unknown what she had, teshuv l'zachav l'nekeva. So that was that chart we had the other day. We could just do it again, just for fun. If she gave birth to Zachar, she's Tamei 7 days. From day 8 all the way to day 40, that's 33 days, she's in the clear, even if she sees Dam. If she gave birth to Nekeva, she has 14 days that she's Tamei completely, regardless if she sees Dam or not. And then from day 14 all the way to day 80, she's Tar 66 days. If she gave birth to Safek, now we have to be machmer on her in both ways. So number one, she's Tamei for 14 days. But rather than going from number 14 all the way to 80, we only go from 14 to 40. She only gets free, how many days free? 26. So Yotze Kirech Mikan Mikan. She is Tamei for 14 days, and her Yemei Tahara, her freebies are only 26. It's an in-between kind of thing. She only goes up to the Zachar Tahar and not up to the Nekeva Tahar. So that's that. Divri Meir, that's where Meir says, Meir says, no, if it doesn't, it looks like a rhinoceros, even though it has a zachrus, you don't make her tamei. What? What's so funny? That's Chachamim. Zok the Gemara, Omer Rabbi Yehuda Mishmuel, L'timei Rabbi Yehuda elo b'chaticha shel arba'as minei damim. So we have this little chart here, just to confuse everybody. If you have a piece of basar without dam, if it has dam, we said niddah. Blood on it, it's covered with blood. She didn't give birth to anything. She didn't give birth to a baby. She gave birth to a piece of meat. So if it has dam on it, it's no different than any niddah. But we're talking about a piece of meat that doesn't have dam. What's the halacha? Says Rabbi Yehuda, tamei. Says Shmuel, I'll explain to you what Rabbi Yehuda means. If it has a certain color, it has the color of blood, then it's tamei. So that's Shmuel Shita. According to Rabbi Yehuda, it has to look like the 4 damim of the Mishnah. Mishnah says 5, one of them is black, ignore the black, so the 4 damim of the Mishnah. But it has to look like it. This piece of meat, chaticha, has to look like dam. Chacham say, regardless, even if it looks like dam, it's not dam. Rabbi Yehuda is the one that says congealed and not congealed. Rabbi Yehuda says this piece of meat that we're looking at is not a piece of meat, it's congealed blood. So if it looks like red blood, then it's congealed red blood and it's tamei. And Chacham say, no, we're looking at a piece of meat. So who cares what color it is? It could be red like dam, but it's not dam, it's meat. So Remeila, Tahar, that's Shitas Shmuel. Omer Shmuel, Omer Rabbi Yehuda, Omer Shmuel, the famous Talmud of Shmuel. Rabbi Yehuda always says in the name of Shmuel, Lo itime Rabbi Yehuda elo b'chaticha shel arba'as minei damim. Rabbi Yehuda was only talking about in a case that the piece of meat was red. Later on we're going to see in the Gemara on a completely different case that the piece of meat had to be white, let's say. Okay, so the difference, what piece of meat we're talking about. Aval shar minei damim, but if it looks like a different color, let's say it looks yellow, one of the colors that are tar, the Rabbi is going to say it's tar. And what do Chachamim say, the Tanakama? Even if it looks like red, it's still tar. Rabbi Yochanan Omar, shel arba'as minei damim divrei hakol tmeya. Here's Rabbi Yochanan. It doesn't matter, Tanakama and Rabbi Yehuda. If it's red, says Rabbi Yochanan, tamei according to everybody, because then I could assume it's dam niddah. Sheshar midin damim, everybody agrees, divrei hakol tahira. Oh, so what's the machlokes? If this sounds familiar, it is familiar because we had this word for word like 3-4 days ago. They brought this brisa. That what? That there is a in the whole sugya of Roiv. You remember the sugya of Roiv? I don't remember what daf it was. It was a short daf. I don't know, maybe daf Yutches, Yutes. Zion, yeah. No. Yeah, Daf Yomi Nalef. Top words of Daf Yomi Nalef. Mamish a few days ago that there's no machlokes really. If we know what it is, there's no machlokes. If it's a red piece of meat, Chachamim will agree to Rabbi Yehuda that it's tamei. It's red. If it's not a red piece of meat, everybody is in agreement. Even Rabbi Yehuda agrees that it's tar. What's a machlokes? A machlokes in roiv. That what? We don't know what it was. It got lost. Rabbi Yehuda holds this is a case of roiv, and roiv tells us that she is tamei. However, if you remember that sugya back there on your test, which was years and years ago in Daf Yomi years, we learned over there that even Rabbi Yehuda says it's a roiv, but a weak roiv. A roiv that you don't burn truma on it. Fine. The roiv chaticha is, and it fits in well with Chachamim. Chachamim say it's not even a roiv. It's such a machlokes whether you could go into a roiv or not. Maybe it's a roiv, but listen, I'm not going to tell you that it's such a complete roiv where I burn truma. Fine. Now, by the way, pay attention very carefully here for the next 20 lines, because this is a Daf Yomi Magichir's dream. On Amid Beis, the Gemara is going to repeat word for word 21 lines, free. We're going to just read them so Nachman Seltzer doesn't get mad, and then, but it's going to switch the names. No, Chas Shalom, that was a joke. That was a complete, no, that was mamish.
I'm not going to be here for a week. You can do whatever you want.
Check it out, you'll see. I don't skip. If I do, I tried last night to skip with the new guys, didn't work. 21 lines is already dangerous. That's you have to be mamish. Well, yeah. Anyway, even in Chicago it didn't work. I mean, the most I went in Chicago was 8-10 lines, and then when it worked, you do another 8. We don't do 20 in a shot. Ini, Vaki also Rav Oishia Niddah. Also, Rav Oishia shows up, and he brings, when you come, you bring presents. He brings this brisa. What does it say in the brisa? Hamapeles chaticha. That's our Mishnah, right? If she miscarries a piece, aduma shchayra yeruko levana. Now we're up a creek, because it says in this brisa all these funny colors. Some of them are colors that are niddah. Some of them are completely tar. Yeruko levana, according to most, Yorek at least, maybe according to Akavi Mahala. But Chachamim and the rest, they all say Yorek, yellow, is tar blood. Lavan is tar blood. Nobody says the Lavan is not tar. So, but it says in the Brisa that all four of these damim, red and black, yellow and white, im yesh imo dam tmeyo, if this dam niddah, she's tamei. Vim lav tahira, and if there's no dam niddah, she's tar. And here comes the bombshell. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, benkach u benkach tmeya. Regardless, it's all tamei, all four colors. Now take a look at this chart. Let's go back to this thing over here. What did we learn just now in the Brisa? Even yellow and white piece of meat is tamei, according to Rabbi Yehuda. And what did we learn? That according to Shmuel, it has to be daled domim. It has to look like one of the red bloods. And it can't be yellow or white. It doesn't go like Shmuel. Now let's go to Rabbi Yochanan. Tanakam Rabbi Yehuda, it has to look like daled domim. It has to look like red blood. So where does this brisa come up with yellow and white is also tamei? It says mafurish, it has to be red, not yellow and white. Says the Gemara, Im yesh imo dam tmeya v'im lav toy Rabbi Yehuda me benkach u benkach tmeya. Kashi l'Shmuel b'chada. This would be a kasha right over here because Shmuel says that only daled domim. Well, Rabbi Yochanan betarti, it would be a kasha to Rabbi Yochanan two things. Number one, we just said what's kasha on Rabbi Yochanan here, because Rabbi Yochanan also says daled domim. It has to be at least red or black, not yellow and white. So the Gemara explains. L'Shmuel b'chada. Why is it a kasha on Shmuel? Shmuel leitimi Rabbi Yehuda b'chaticha shel arba'is mini domim. Shmuel says Rabbi Yehuda only holds zalacha in red meat, not in yellow and white meat. Vaktani Yeruko Levana. Upali Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda says in the Brisa that even a yellow and white piece of meat is also tamei. Now, just to be yaitza, the typical Gemara, let's try to make it the biggest doichak I could possibly make to answer this. It's not going to work, says the Gemara. What's the biggest doichak? Yes, it says 4 different colors in the Brisa, but maybe just because I'm so stuck, I'll say Rabbi Yehuda only spoke about 2 out of the 4. Rabbi Yehuda never spoke about the yellow and the white. So then why does it say yellow and white? El Yeruka Levana Leman Katani Lo. Elaine Rabbanon, so it's not going according to Rabbi Yehuda, so obviously there's only one other person it could go to, according to, that's Rabbanon. Hashta Adumu Shchoyer Mitahari Rabbanon. If Rabbanon said that red and black is tar, Yeruko Levanim Mibaya. So why did the Brisa even have to talk about yellow and white? Why are you shoving into the Brisa colors that are tar? Talk about colors that are tamei, and Chacham say colors that are tamei are also tar. If it's a piece of meat that has the worst red in the world, it's tar. Why do you have to add? Oh, and also, by the way, if it's white, it's also tar. Of course it's tar. El Lav, it doesn't fit. You can't be derechik like that. The Rabbi Yehuda. The Brisa is going according to Rabbi Yehuda. Upalig. And it will be Kashan Shmuel, because Shmuel says, Rabbi Yehuda only says a piece of meat that looks red is tamei, and the Brisa says Mufurish, even a piece of meat that's white is tamei. V'su Rabbi Yochanan. How do you learn the word v'su? Very simple. Question number 1, we just discussed. This exact question in Shmuel is exactly shver on Rabbi Yochanan, because Rabbi Yochanan also says that it has to be red like the 4 damim. That's how Rabbi Yehuda explains it. So that question is also kasha on Rabbi Yochanan. V'su, and a second question on Rabbi Yochanan is the Rabbi Yochanan Domar Shalar Bas Mini Domim Divrei Kol Tmeya. Even according to Chachamim, Rabbi Yochanan holds. You see in the chart, Rabbi Yochanan holds there's no difference between Tanakama and Rabbi Yehuda. Everybody agrees that Dalid Domim Tmeim. If the piece of meat looks like the 4 red colors shades in the Mishnah, it's Tamei even according to Tanakama. Big problem in the Brisa. Hakatani Adumu Shchoyer Pligi Rabbanon. In this Brisa of the yellow and the white damim, it says Mefurish, the Rabbanon argue. Not like Rabbi Yochanan explains that everybody's in agreement. So that's question number 2. And perhaps I'll be doichik again, big doichik, and say that when Chachamim in the Brisa argue, they're only arguing at 2 out of the 4 bloods on the white and the yellow, and on that they say it's tar because it's tar colors, but on the red they'll be in agreement that it's tamei. So then why in the world does the Brisa bring red and black? If it's going for Rabbi Yehuda, it's the exact opposite question that we had before. The Mishnah, all the Mishnah should say is white and yellow bloods are tamei according to Rabbi Yehuda. White and yellow pieces of meat are tamei according to Rabbi Yehuda. That would tell us all colors in the world. Certainly neither colors are tamei. If white and yellow is tamei, then of course red is tamei. Why does the Brisa have to continue? Of course it's going according to Rabbanon to tell us that everything is tar, even the 4 damim, even red as red can be. If the piece of meat looks red, it's tar according to Chachamim. And not like you, Rabbi Yochanan, who said that everybody's in agreement that if it's red, it's tahar, tamei. Fine, if you didn't understand, that's okay. We're saying a new pshat now. No, a new pshat. We're not saying that this piece of meat that came out of the woman is a piece of blood that congealed. According to everybody, this is going to be a piece of meat that came out. No, it's you. Okay? It's going to be a piece of meat. So what's the shayla here? A new concept. Is it possible for the uterus to open up without expelling any blood? Where did this piece of meat come from? The uterus. Is it possible that she's a Niddah or not a Niddah? Is it possible that it opened and there's 0 dam? Today, you're looking at this piece of meat, it has 0 dam on it. But I'm going to tell you scientifically it's impossible for the uterus to open without dam coming out. For the fact that you're holding a piece of meat in your hand, that tells me with 100% certainty that she's a Niddah. Because the uterus cannot open without dam. Or no, maybe it could open without dam. I mean, maybe she's not a Niddah. You don't see dam, there's no Niddah. That is a machlokes. So in Mela, it doesn't make a difference what color the piece of meat is. Even if it's a piece of white meat, if you hold she's a Niddah because something came out. And if you hold that below dam, then even if it's a red piece of meat, she's tar because I don't have dam here. It's possible that she didn't have dam, and I don't see dam now. So why is she tummy? It's a piece of meat. Again, we're going away from the whole shot that maybe it's a piece of dam that congealed. We're talking about a piece of meat. Piece of meat, she's not tummy lettuce because she's not a baby. It doesn't have a form of a child, and it's not a piece of dam. So she's tar. The color is red. Who cares? We're not talking about dam. We're talking about a meat. Says the Gemara, and this Rabbi said we had also. So let's talk about this a second. This is very important stuff, and it's kedai to do chazara and know this very well. I redid the chart, and sorry, Reuven, new and improved from last night. So if you saw the 8-minute video that came out at 12:30 in the morning, this is already different, but not much. This is Midoi Reiser Aboisai, a woman is only Tomei Niddah 7 days. Meaning, if a woman sees dam, it doesn't matter how many days. She could see dam all the way, 1, 2, 3 to 7, day 7. Night 7, she goes to the mikvah, she's tar. Today, we make sure that she's clean for 7 days. Where do we get that from? What? Extra 7 days. After she's finished seeing dam, she has to wait 7 nikim. Why? Because mid-daraisa, she's only told me 7 days. Then after this daraisa, there's something called 11 days of ziva. Here, 1, 2, 3 till 11. Forget about this red in the middle. That's just to confuse you. So these days are 11 days. What happens in ziva days? If a woman sees dam 1 or 2 days, then she only waits 1 clean day. But if she sees dam for 3 days, like here, 4, 5, 6, 3 days, then she's called a zava gdoila. Then she has to wait 7 clean days in order to go to the mikvah. So we're makbid even in this week to wait 7 clean days. That's where the 7 clean days come from. Okay. Now, we had this case earlier in the Masechta. We have a woman who's giving birth. She has labor. And during her labor, she sees dam. 2 days in a row. If she saw dam 3 days in a row, on a regular ziva, she'd be a zava g'dayla. Now she's in the ziva days. We're talking about she sees dam in the ziva days, but she has a good excuse. Her excuse is she's in labor. So if she gave birth,
the ziva has to follow a niddah?
Yeah, it's in a very, very specific way, and that's one of the hardest sugis we had in Erechin, where if you get confused where the 11 days are, you have to, that's why the other chart had days on top. It's a whole thing. But it's very specific. 7 and then 11. 7 and 11. There's a whole, it's a cycle.
So you're saying she's in labor, she's not going to be a zava.
Oh, so exactly. So if she gave birth, then we're saying that what she saw dam is not ziva dam, it's birth dam, and memela she's not tomei at all for ziva. She's not a zava gdoila. She doesn't have to wait zayin nikim. She just gives birth, and if she gave birth to a male, she waits 7 days, regardless if they're with dam or without dam. And on day 7, she's tar. She goes to the mikvah tar. But if she's a zava gdoila, so leida, giving birth erases ziva. It's as if she's never a zava. Yeah.
Unless you don't have to wait 18 days. She saw it down for 7 days.
Yeah.
Unless you don't have to wait another 11
No, because
days.
midiraisa, you just go to the mikvah on day 7.
No, but I mean, if we're saying we're worried that she's a ziva,
Oh,
and that blood which she's seen for 7 days is ziva blood,
yeah.
then she should wait 11 days after the ziva, after the blood stops.
Why? No, in the ziva days you just wait 7 nikim, and then the niddah cycle starts again. Well, we'll get there one day. For this sugya, what's important is this woman had labor pain and dam for day 4 and 5. Forget 6 now. Okay? Then on day 6 of her ziva, which is day 3 of seeing dam, she gives birth, but she doesn't know to what. Very, very confusing. She has no idea if she saw dam, and she has no idea if she was in the river, and whatever it was disappeared. So now she doesn't know if she saw dam. If she saw dam and she didn't give birth to anything, not a vial. Let's say she gave birth to a piece of meat. So a piece of meat is not a leida, but it's 3 days of ziva, and 3 days of ziva you have to bring korbanos. You have to bring a oila and a chatos. Maybe she gave birth to a little baby and drowned there. So she's a yeledes. She has to bring 2 korbanos and go through her tahara. Or maybe she didn't give birth to anything. It wasn't even dam, and she just gave birth to a piece of meat. And that doesn't make her tameh at all, and she doesn't have to bring korbanos. So what do? She's in big tzaras here. Kishdosh time, she had labor for 2 days. Vilashlishi pila, and on the 3rd day, you see, Yosef, you're 100% right. Amud Beis is always 10 minutes. Vilashlishi pila, Beinidas my pila, Harezu Safik Leida, Safik Ziva. We don't know if she gave birth, we don't know if she's a Zav. So what does she do? Mevia carbon ben nechal. So now we had even the other day. If a woman has a suffix, she has to bring an oila and a chatas. Let's say she doesn't have money, she brings a bird. The oila, you can make a condition and say, if I gave birth, my oila should be for my birth. If I was a zava, it's for the mazava. And if I didn't give birth at all, then I'm bringing the oila to HaKadosh Baruch as a present. Fine. That's great with the oila. What do you do with the chatas? Chatas, there's no presents. So I'm giving this chatas because I think I gave birth or I think I am a zava. Either way, you have to bring the same karbanas. The karbanas are the same. But what if she didn't give birth at all and she just brought a bird, chatas, in the Beis HaMikdash? The kohen put his thumb right through the neck, creating an avela. It can't be eaten. On the tzad that she's a yuledes and a zava, it could be eaten because it's a proper carbon. But on the tzad that she didn't give birth, he just created an avela in the Beis HaMikdash, you can't eat it. Memela, you bring a carbon, you do bring it because you have to get her out of her problem. Otherwise she'll never be able to eat tahara, she's never tar. She brings a carbon, misafik, we don't eat it. Rabbi Shuaimer, mevia carbon v'nechal, you do eat it. Why? That's our sugya. She gave birth to something. What's the worst case scenario? That maybe she gave birth to a piece of meat. But guess what? Her uterus opened and blood came out. So she's a niddah. She's a zava. And memela, she has to bring a carbon regardless, and therefore the kohen could eat it. There's no tzad that the carbon is for nothing. Either way, the uterus opened and she's chayiv to bring a carbon. Now, here comes Lishna Achrina, 21 lines, hold on tight. Lishna Achrina, Amrila, Omer Rabbi Yehuda Mishmuel, they changed the names here. Loitima Rabbi Yehuda ele bechaticha shel arba'as minin domim, the whole case in the Mishnah is when it had a red color. Abba shel shar minin domim tahira. But if it's a color of white and yellow, it's tar. Ini v'aki oser Rabbi Yishai min ardo oser v'ayis min asisi v'yodeh. He brought a brayse amikas chaticha adum v'shchayra. Yeruk levana, in the brayse he brought all four colors, even the colors that are tar and ganzen. Review says even yellow and white is tamei. And if you want to be doichik and say the machlokes Rabbi Yehuda is only talking about red and black, so then why did the Brisa bring it all? It can't be if Rabbanon say that the worst bloods in the world, red and black, are tar, so certainly yellow and white. Obviously is going according to Rabbi Yehuda, Polig. So that's a problem with what Rabbi Yehuda just said, or in the first part of the Gemara with Shmuel. Elam Rabbi Yehuda, over here you have to be Goyris, not Rabbi Yehuda. Elam Rabbi Yochanan, before is Rabbi Yochanan bring the whole thing, and over here it's Rabbi Yochanan answering it. It's not Rabbi Yitzchak, it's Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yochanan, who says that the machlokes here is whether or not the uterus could open up with seeing or without seeing dam. I've looked at that in Tanoi, and it's exactly the same machlokes like those Tanoi, the Zayin Kisha Shtayim V'Shlishi Pila. If a woman was in labor 2 days, and on the third day she miscarried, that's my appeal, and she doesn't know what she miscarried. I raise it suffix later, ziva. So what do? Maybe a carbon v'nenecha. You bring a carbon, you don't eat it. Maybe a carbon v'necha. I have a good reason why I went fast, Yosef, and here we go weiter. Torah Rabbana. Now we have a machlokes. What do you do with this piece of meat that comes out? This is not good. This we did already. So we have a four-way machlokes. You have a piece of meat. You rip it open. What's inside the piece of meat? According to Sumchus, if you find dam inside the meat, that's enough dam, even though it's covered. It's a big chiddush, says Sumchus. I have a piece of meat. It's completely encased. The blood is inside in the center. It didn't come out. It's inside the meat. Tamei. Says Rishim Bayichoi, wait a minute. It's not enough that I have dam, the smallest amount like Sumchus. I need dam ogur. I need gathered blood, a nice amount. Ravacha says, 0 dam. I don't need dam. I need that it should be red. You know, like when you give something a zetz, you give a, like Reb Schomburg's zetz, but the different. You give it a klap, a black and blue. It needs to be red, madin. It has to be reddish. You don't need physical dam. And finally, I have Shittas Rabbi Yamin who says, if I pop it open and I find the bone inside, that means that this was going to be a viable baby, and therefore she's tamei leda. I should have put over here leda. Missing a word here. Okay, let's see inside. She miscarried a piece. He says, you rip it open. If there's blood inside it, she's it's exactly like Rabbanon, but even stronger and more chomer than Rabbanon. Why? It's possible for the uterus to open up without any dam. But he's machmir Rabbanon the inu savri ima in b'soichaloi. Rabbanon say that if there's dam on the outside, right? We had this in the Mishnah. You take out this piece of meat and you see dam on top of the meat. Okay, very good. She's a niddah. What's the difference? Is with the piece of meat or without a piece of meat? This woman just saw dam from the uterus, niddah. But if the dam is inside the piece of meat, say chachamim, she's not tummy at all. Maybe I should have had another sheet here. Now I'm thinking about it. It should say on top, Rabbanon b'soichoy dam tar, because they hold it tar. Yeah, so this chart is a problem. We got to update this chart. There's another sheet called Chachamim that if it's inside, tar. But Tzumcha says inside is Tameh. Another sheet, you rip it open. If it just red, Tmeya, you don't even need a kol shuv. Just like Sumcha says that inside also counts as dam, and he's more machmer than Sumchos, because Sumcha says you need dam kolshu, and then he's saying ma'adim. The last sheet on this chart, you rip it open in yeshba etzem, if it has a bone, and very interesting, she's tummy leida. Does she get 3 days? She's tummy like, let's say like in the cave, 14 days. Says Rashi, yes. We have to assume that this is a real birth, even lekula, even to give her at least 26 days free. Not more than 26, because it might be a nekeva, it might be a zachar. Kitzur, you get shafter. Rav Chisda. And just Rav Chisda comes along, don't think that this whole deal of finding a bone is on any piece of meat, because then it looks like human flesh. If it's white meat, but if it's red meat, that's something else. There's a period that came from Chayav, has to be white. She rips it open. Final halacha. If it's gathered blood, she's tamei v'imlav tahira. That Sumcha says that blood that even covered by meat is tamei. V'kila b'kulu, but this is the least. In other words, the most cow, because you have to come up with a lot of dam in order to be mitat. Now, very interesting Gemara now. There's a way to get a woman out of a niddah completely. And that is, if the dam of the niddah comes out of the uterus and never touches her body, and you deposit it outside. How? Stick in a straw. It'll go right through the straw. Never touched her guf. Tar. L'chatchila. Happens to be that Rabbi Yashiv's daughter couldn't have children because she was akara lahalacha, meaning she could have children, but her cycle was always off, that she always ovulated during the 7 nikiyim. So her husband couldn't be with her halachically, and therefore she could never get pregnant. So they asked Rabbi Yashiv, could they just insert this device and it'll never touch her? And he said no. So don't pass can appeal this, but lahalacha, as the Gemara says, she's not a niddah b'chlal. Hold on. If she sees it through some sort of tube, what's halacha? Says Gemara, it should touch her body, and not, and l'chayre it should be okay. The halacha is, if once a woman, the blood leaves the uterus, even if it doesn't come out of her body, she's tummy immediately, even if it's in the canal. You're right. Let's go with the first thing. It must touch her body, and if it goes through a tube, she's not tummy at all. That's halacha. I can learn 2 pshatim out of this pasuk. The pasuk should have said babasar. My bibsara, shma minot arti. Tell us 2 halachas that once it comes out of the uterus, she's tamei, and if it doesn't touch her body at all, she's tar. But what do we do with this halakha we just learned? If the blood is inside a piece of meat, she's tamei. I never touched her body. It's inside the meat. What's the answer? That's the way that the blood gets deposited out of the body, and part of being a niddah is to be like the normal way of dam coming out. You did something abnormal in memela. She's tired. Okay, let's finish over here. Go weiter. It's 8:01. I keep on going. Perhaps this is a machlokes tanoim. This nanya mapeles chaticho avbishim le'yodam. Im yeshim odam tmeyo v'im lav tahiro. Rabbi Elazar omer b'psoro v'loy b'shofer v'loy b'chaticho. So Rabbi Elazar is saying the exact same thing as we just read. That if the piece of meat has dam inside, so only if there's dam on the outside is she tamei, and not if there's dam in the inside. Rabbi Elazar hainu tanakamo. You're right. Rabbi Elazar is the Tanakama. It was just, he's explaining that if the blood is inside the piece of meat, she's not tamei. The Chacham and there's another shita, Ein zedam niddah el dam chaticha, almost the same thing again, that she's not a niddah, but it's a chaticha. Okay, so Tanakama nami to retire. So what's the difference? Says the Gemara, the difference is Elo the pali paluye kibenayu. Whether or not this piece of meat has cracks in it or not. It has to be touching your body and not inside, even, what is it called, the afterbirth, the sac. If there's anything that is chaitzitz, any chatzitza between the blood and her body, she's not tamei. And even a tube. Only when the piece of meat is smooth. If it has cracks in it, because if the dam is in the cracks, it touches her body. Hodam niddah, even if it has cracks, ein zedam niddah, elodam chaticho. Hodam niddah, vadetame, vafil b'sheferes nami. Okay, it's in the middle of the sugya. We'll continue tomorrow, but basically saying that according to this pshat, if it's in a tube, it's tamei, and if it's not in a tube, it's tahar.